Well, I'm sorry to say, folks, I did not see the forest through the trees when I've been sharing content, information about Springfield, Ohio, and the horrible lie that the Republican Party has been sharing. Thanks to Heather Cock Richardson, I am now painfully awake at what's going on there. And here it is. They pushed this lie, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, the GOP, about Springfield, Ohio, at a very strategic time. Because it was also at this time that big news would be breaking about the MAGA Republican running for the Senate position against incumbent Democrat Sherrod Brown. Big news about Bernie Moreno, that he stole from his constituents, and that he, like George Soros, has lied about his background, lied about a lot of things. And the reason they needed to create a distraction was because this is the one Senate race where Republicans can actually win back the Senate, win the majority of the Senate. And nobody is supposed to be knowing about this news that came out about Bernie Moreno. Bernie Moreno was just busted for stealing $9.5 million of his constituents' donations after he won the Republican primary a little over a month ago. He stole $9.5 million from the campaign, his own campaign, and he used it to buy property in Ohio that through a $40 million deal, he would be opening up a Mercedes-Benz dealership. Bernie Moreno running for Ohio Senate in Ohio. He also lied about having a master's in business, an MBA from University of Michigan. He only has a bachelor's degree. And this has been exposed. And it goes all the way back to years ago when he applied to open a dealership in Florida. He lied on all the applications and said he had an MBA from the University of Michigan. When he ran for a local election, he was running to become a board of trustees for Cleveland State University. He lied and said he had an MBA. There's a lot of documents where he lied and he said he had an educational background degree that he did not have at all. And when his campaign was cornered over a week ago for proof that he does have an MBA, they turned over another fabricated document. Now this is huge. This is huge. And so now this news breaks about Bernie Moreno at the same time this whole cat and dog fiasco is dominating all of America's conversation right now. And Bernie is one of the earliest people to take that screenshot and share the lie. Bernie, who's from Colombia, wants to deport all people who are here on, as migrants or what have you, and have them all start from scratch. Bernie pushes all sorts of lies about fentanyl when it was actually Sherrod Brown who successfully passed regulations to slow the flow. Bernie wants to make it so anybody who comes here and becomes an American citizen legally cannot have any access for 10 years to any government assistance or resources of any kind. And that includes Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, everything that they are paying into. 10 years. Think about this. Any MAGA who have Germans or Polish background, relatives and so forth who want to come here, 10 years. Furthermore, he wants to make it so you cannot sit down to take the exam to become an American citizen unless you can take that exam in English. It can't be in your native language, which is how we've done it up until now, which is how he took the exam back when he came here from Colombia. It was written in his native language. And then he learned English as he went along, which is how almost everyone does it. He wants to take away that ability. You can't even sit to become a citizen of America unless you speak fluent English first, which isn't even our official language. And he spreads a lot of hate. This is a huge Senate race that Republicans are counting on getting the majority back in the Senate. And this is huge news. And even I have fallen for this whole storyline, pumped by Donald Trump, pumped by Elon Musk, pumped by the GOP, pumped by J.D. Vance from Ohio, because Bernie Moreno was exposed to be another thief, another George Soros. He also promised campaign after campaign after campaign rally that he had sold off all of his businesses so he could focus on Ohio and not have any conflicts of interest and hidden agendas. And it turns out he didn't sell any of them. He still owns them all. He's been lying all along. This is huge news. This should be making the headlines. It really should.